everybody, welcome to another episode of People Over Property. I'm here today with Natalie Seelens, who is a lender and she's a senior loan officer, and she's going to talk to us a little bit about all the things you need to know to get approved for a home loan. So first off, can you talk a little bit about what you do and how you can be a resource to people that are looking to purchase a home?
Sure. So I've been in the business a long time, about 12 years, and so besides really knowing the business and knowing what it takes to qualify somebody, I'm also a little bit of a creative person when it comes to loans. So I really like to squeeze that square peg into a circle hole. And so if you're somebody who has a little bit of a sophisticated file and really needs it worked and kind of massaged in order to, get it funded, that's kind of my specialty.
Okay, wonderful. Now, can you talk a little bit about something that comes up often in conversations, and that is, what are some of the changes you've seen with the interest rates over the last 2 years?
So interest rates, of course, are on their way up. They have been for the past year. Mostly in this 2018 have we really seen a push up. It's about time. They've been telling us that they were going to raise rates for the past 4 or 5 years, and they just haven't. They keep putting it off. And now they're not putting it off anymore. You can only keep them as low as they were for so long. There's only so much time that the government can truly make no money on home loans. So they're going to push up a little. They're still historically low. I don't think where we are now, which is like mid to high 4s, is anything that makes a loan unaffordable. And they still are incredible, and it's still a great time to buy. So,
okay, wonderful. Can you also talk a little bit about what people should do to best prepare themselves? So for those of you that are interested in purchasing a home, you could have done this before, but it was 15 years ago, so you feel like it might be different this time. What can you do today to prepare yourself?
The best thing in today's market to prepare yourself for obtaining a home loan is to make sure that the credit is in good standing. Lots of times things pop up on that credit report that you had no idea existed, and we can take care of them up front. Depending on if you are a salaried or self-employed person, we can prepare ourselves specifically on tax returns and stuff. And that's probably not pay off all of your debts on the credit card, but save your money so that you have a good down payment, things like that.
Okay, great. And are there any common misconceptions that you often hear from people about getting pre-approved for a home loan?
Yes, so 2 things that I just mentioned in the last one are actually misconceptions for the home loan. So paying off all of your debts in order to improve your credit score, that's a total misconception. We don't want you paying off your debts. We like debts. We like good debts. The only way for a credit report company to rate how well you pay debt is for you to have them. So having a balance that you pay off every month for long periods of time is a very good thing. The other misconception is a lot of people think that you have to have 20% down to get a house, and you don't. I've got programs now that have like 3% down. We do have some down payment assistance programs. Those are for a very specific type of borrower, but they are available now where they used to not be. Freddie Mac came out this week and said that they're probably pushing in July to do 100% financing, so that's not through FHA. So things are up and coming. The misconception that you need 20% down is a big one. I always tell people income is really the main factor with getting pre-approved for a loan. We can figure out the assets. As long as you have some money in the bank for a down payment and closing costs, of course, then we can figure it out. But it's really the income has to be steady.
Okay, wonderful, thank you. And do you have a certain loan program that you're a big fan of for clients?
So as far as loan programs go, basically we sell a 30-year fix. That's like the biggest one nowadays because they're low in rate and you get it locked for 30 years. You never have to worry about the rate expiring. In the old days, these loans had much higher rates as opposed to what we call ARMs, which are adjustable rate mortgages. So that means that they're locked for only a certain amount of time, and then after that amount of time, they now become open for the rate change. but 30-year fixed programs. I do a lot of 10% down programs, and we can do 10% down now to a large, like to 3 million. I've got programs, so 10% down is a big one for us in LA.
Okay,
Yeah.
wonderful. Good to know. Did you
Mhm.
guys know that? 10% down on a $3 million house. That's
Pretty
still,
crazy.
That's still
But
pretty
you better
good chunk of
have
money.
you better have a lot of money still in the bank after we close. So we allow you to put 10% down, but there still has to be money in the bank after, and that can include retirement, and that credit has to also be high. For the risk of 10% down on 3 million is quite high, so everything else in the file has to be very strong.
Wonderful. Okay. So lastly, we know that we have everybody who's always looking for a good tip or a good hack. So we want to know a little bit about what are the best tips, hacks that you have for people that are looking to get a home loan.
Best tip would be to look at that credit report, see what's there, get yourself prepared for that, and thinking. Best tip. I had one. No, it's gone.
It's okay. See, this is what's fun about this.
Honestly, my company does like full pre-approvals, so not just me looking at the file and pulling the credit and saying, okay, it looks good and you're pre-approved, but we do full loan underwriting. So in a company like a mortgage company, the highest paid employee is the underwriter because they stamp that loan approval. And we actually will do upfront underwrites. So before you get into escrow, we will take the file, I will have an underwriter fully review it and approve it. And it's a really great thing to have right now in this market that can be very competitive because it allows you to make a really strong offer when you already have that loan commitment in place. So that's a great tip if you can find a company that does that. It's a great thing to have in this market for sure.
The last thing you want is unexpected surprises during that
Correct.
escrow process. So this is a great opportunity to, seize that and make sure that you have all your ducks in a row and there aren't going to be unexpected, situations.
Surprises
occur.
in escrow that happen all the time. I mean, it's escrow, that's just what happens. But it creates a really nice peace of mind for you to know that you are already approved before we go into escrow. So that there can be surprises, but they're minimal.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Yes.
Thank you for your time. Thanks for listening in. And if you have other questions that you may want to follow up with, you're going to be able to reach us. Both of our contact information is going to be right below. And we'll be able to help you out with any follow-up questions you have. Again, thanks for taking the time to watch People Over Property. We enjoyed this time with you.
Yes.
Bye.